Brady and the world champion Buccaneers. How do you see this one playing out?
Well, look, week one of the football season would get me a little choked up as well. So don't worry about it. Don't feel self-conscious there. Look, this is a tough spot for the Cowboys. They do not have nearly the continuity that the Bucs do, bringing everyone back, having Tom Brady, who played so well towards the end of the season. He was the most valuable quarterback in the NFL, according to PFF wins above replacement over the course of the season, rated just behind Aaron Rodgers, but obviously had that extra game in the Super Bowl. And Dak Prescott was awesome, but he's going to face a team that blitzes at over 40% rate, which is the third highest in the NFL. So we talk about coming off that injury. He's going to have to stand in fire and deliver. And I think he will ultimately, just not in this game on the road against the defending champs. I like the Bucs by a touchdown at least.
And I know it's a number of us up here, guys, and every time we go through these, we would like to pick different situations, give different analogies to different situations. But I am sorry. There is no way I lay my eye gate upon this schedule and did not go directly to that Tampa Bay and Cowboys football game that starts the season. An incredible situation here. I think the NFL definitely got it right, because let's come back to football. Let's come back to football after that COVID season and everything. We're going to get fans back in the stands. And to have the Dallas Cowboys go and visit Tampa Bay is incredible. And Coach, you went one way, I go the other way. I think it's an incredible opportunity for the Dallas Cowboys to measure who they are. And if they come out of this on top, there is no telling, talking about, well, they lost this player, or they lost that player, or they lost that player from the Super Bowl champions, because they got every player back. You see what I mean? Now you know you are championship material if you can get in that first game, the Dallas Cowboys, and play. Dak Prescott is returning. Tom Brady, he's trying.
Appreciate that. So guess who's back a third time since I didn't have my microphone on music. Appreciate that.
I know you're
These
excited
videos
about
are
this
looping.
game. The question
We're waiting
becomes,
for the game to kick off 5:20
opened up the schedule
Pacific
for the
Standard
first time.
Time
They go,
on NFL
really?
Game Pass, which we're streaming here on.
I know it's Kurt.
Once the game starts, you'll get the streaming.
Trying to say these are not
We'll be panning away during commercials.
Meet and beat all challenges.
It's a work in progress, but if you didn't have anywhere else to watch other than here today, don't be complaining. You know what I'm saying?
It took literally 2 minutes.
Welcome back. We back here with them boys and them buckets of live.
They want this challenge.
One of Levante David joining us here live on the Schedule Release Show. How are you, Levante David?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing, man? Thank you for having me.
You bet. So what did you look at the first time that you got the schedule in your hands, Levante?
Me, being a player down here in South Florida, I kind of look at it how Kurt looked at it. I'm trying to find out what's going to play in December. You know what a cold game is going to be at. I see we got the Jets late in the year, so we got to be prepared for that. But other than that, man, it's going to be an exciting year. So we got a great schedule lined up, and there's going to be some great football being played.
That's all right. Tom Brady's used to playing against the Jets in that stadium with 2 weeks to go in the regular season. I think he'll probably show you the ropes on that one. What about facing the Cowboys? First one up, you heard Irv say that the Cowboys are not going to duck you. Obviously, we know all that. But what do you think about the Cowboys coming into your house to start this thing off?
Yeah, man, it's going to be exciting. You know, like you say, man, they got a football team who's returning, who's trying to redeem themselves. And what better way to do that to play against the defending Super Bowl champs on opening night, Thursday night. I'm sure they're going to bring everything they got. And I'm positive that we're going to bring everything we got. You know, all 22 stars that we got coming back is going to be out there, hopefully ready to go. And it's going to be a fun football game, man. It's going to be very exciting. The whole world's going to be watching. And we're going to see what we can do.
Well, Levante, congratulations on graduating this weekend. I know that was a big accomplishment for you. Let's be honest here. When the schedule comes out, we all go through the list and we start checking off. Okay, that's a win. That's a win. Okay, that one might be tough. I'm just curious. When you were checking the boxes here, was there any of these games that you said we cannot win? Are you thinking about going undefeated already?
Nice.
I mean, you come out hot on me quick. I feel like, you know, no game is an easy game in this league, man. Anything can happen in this league. Every team's going to be a tough opponent. You know, I feel like everybody's going to be gunning for us. You know, me, all those years, you know, being the underdog, now we kind of like the top dog. People play as the top dog, and everybody going to be gunning for us, but everybody going to give us their best shot. But I feel like, you know, like you said, man, we're going to be the team to beat. I'm sure we're going to have the right mindset week in and week out. And every opponent each week going to have to give their best, man, because we're going to bring our best. I'm sure of that.
Levante, you're the captain of that football team, that Super Bowl team. You're the longest tenured Buck. And, you know, everybody's feeling good over there in Tampa. Your team's feeling good. And you look at your schedule, you think, hey, we can win every game if we play like champions. But as the captain of that football team, what do you talk about with your guys, with Devin White and these young guys saying, hey, we need to get better at this, this, and this if we want to repeat this year?
The thing that I like about the guys in the locker room, man, we always try to keep that underdog mentality. I feel like, you know, I had enough conversations with guys, you know, throughout the offseason to let them know that, you know, what we did last year was last year. You know, once we get into training camp for the next season, you know, all that stuff is in the past now. We got to focus on what's coming up next. Right. And as you all know, you know, people going to be gunning for us and stuff like that. But as long as we just keep that same attitude, that same underdog mentality, you know, and stay the course, man, we could be repeating again. So, you know, that's our plans. But and like I said, man, just got to take it one game at a time, one practice at a time, and everything else take care of itself. But I feel like we got a great group of guys in the locker room who understand what it takes and to put in the work to get back there.
Levante, this is Michael Irvin, man, and I have been fortunate enough to accomplish that feat and repeating as Super Bowl champions. One of the things that I found very, very difficult, and I'm just want to put this again, was going back to repeat after going through a tough offseason where everybody's been pulling on you all the time to do all of these extra things because you are the champion. Like right now, we want you on the show because you are the champion. How different is this offseason? Not from last year because COVID made last year different, but from all off seasons before. How much more draining?
Great question. Hey, Art. Yes, these videos are just looping. We're streaming through NFL Game Pass. So at 5:20 when the game picks up, we'll pick up the stream here. We'll have the game here. We will be panning away from commercials, however. So we can keep the stream up. So keep the likes down. We don't need the likes. Keep the shares up. We don't want a whole lot of activity. We'll do the game, y'all. So good question, Art. Thanks.
Hey, I saw that coming a mile away. I knew he was trying to get something. but I feel like, you know, it's different. Obviously, our season went longer than most teams. You probably didn't have enough time to rest, but guys got back to work. You know, and they able to put the Super Bowl behind them. You know, we celebrated a little bit, and then you know you move on from it. You know, that's over with, and now you got to get back into your routine and get ready for the next season. And me, you know, I just been talking to guys throughout, you know, the locker room, throughout the team. Guys are, you know, back on their grind. Guys, you know, put that Super Bowl behind them and getting ready for the next season. So I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna be ready, man. I don't think it's that much draining. I mean, I feel like guys are more excited than anything.
Well, that's just a humble Super Bowl champ saying by not saying that he's ready for a piece of Herb's Cowboys and the rest of the NFL. Hey, Levante, thanks for joining us here live on our schedule release show. We'll chat with you down the line. That is Levante David, you bet, of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here on NFL.
Fumble, and it's scooped up. A chance on the return for Odigie Zuwa. A defensive touchdown for UCLA.
Huntley lost the football. Odigie Zuwa got in there to smack it down.
Trying to get to the edge, and he's hit behind the line.
Bell in trouble and taken down. Odigie Zuwa got him.
One missed tackle, two, but then it's wrapped up.
On first down, steps up and gets hit again. My goodness, UCLA with Odigie Zuwa one more time.
Goodness, I think the Cowboys wanted some defense. Yeah, because all they did was draft defense. Micah Parsons, Kelvin Joseph, and that man you just saw there at UCLA, Odigie Zuwa. Matter of fact, the first 6 Cowboys picks were defense 2 weeks ago. And we will see that new look defense there with Tank Lawrence 120 days from now. Like we thought, they are opening up against the Buccaneers. We're going to get to that in a second, but now one of those guys whose name you just saw on the screen, their 3rd-round pick out of UCLA in our backyard, Odigie Zuwa. How are you, man? Thanks for joining us on NFL Network.
I'm good. Thank you for having me. How are you doing?
Okay, we're doing well. I want to talk about rookie minicamp in a second and draft day and all that. But how about the news this morning? You wake up and you find out your first NFL game. I know there's the Hall of Fame game and all that before that, but your first real NFL game, you get to go chase Tom Brady. What do you think about that?
It's really great. It's really, really great, you know. Like, I feel like it's going to be a great opportunity, a fun game. So I feel like it's a good way to start my NFL career.
It's a great way, and I'm sure you're going to get used to playing on the biggest stages. I mean, you did certainly in the Pac-12, but every game with the Cowboys is magnified. How do you feel about opening the first game of the year, the first game of your career? It's under the bright lights.
I'm not too nervous, to be honest. I think, you know, I'm just going to work hard, and that's also just going to help me go in there feeling that I'm extremely prepared for the game, and I feel like that's going to help me just play fast and loose.
Before that, however, you actually have to get to work, and that's what you do this weekend. So tell me what you're expecting. Tell me what you found out or heard so far from the Cowboys about rookie minicamp this week, first day of school.
I haven't heard too much from them, but just like from people that I know that have been in the NFL or, you know, that are in the NFL, they said expect a very hard couple of days, you know, just before OTAs. OTAs are going to be hard as well. But rookie minicamp, there's a lot of things coming at you fast. So just be ready to take it in stride.
I'm assuming some of that advice has come from your brother as well, former Giants draft pick, your brother. Oh, what has your brother told you about transitioning from college football and UCLA to the NFL?
So my brother, he's told me a lot. I'd say mainly just telling me to keep my body healthy, you know what I mean, and just be ready for a long season, most that I've ever played in terms of games. So just be ready my mind for that and take care of my body to be able to withstand such a long grind.
Yeah, a long grind, and the longest grind we've ever had with that 17th game coming as well. Oh, so take me back to draft night. Night number 2, Friday night, you finally get that call from the Cowboys. You're there with your family. What was that like to finally get to that one?
It was surreal, you know, like it almost didn't even feel real, you know, just like I've been working for it my entire life, well, since I've been playing football. So for it to happen like that and just watching it on TV, it just didn't even feel real. It was crazy, you know.
Was it Jerry Jones on the phone?
Yeah. I didn't know at the time it was Jerry Jones until I watched the recording that they posted later on. So, you know, it was really crazy.
Well, it's a dream.
Just reliving it was even more nuts.
Well, you know what? Good thing the cameras were there to relive it. You have it for posterity. Your family has it as well as you start your journey in the National Football League, and we will see you 120 days from now when the Cowboys take on the Buccaneers. And lucky for you, you get the first preseason game as well with the Cowboys and the Steelers in Canton on August 5th. Osa Odigie Zuwa, good luck on your NFL journey. Thanks for joining us today on NFL Network.
Thank you for having me.
I think this is the one we expected. The Cowboys
All right,
made
just
the
tuning
most
in.
sense for the Buccaneers.
Appreciate everybody tuning in. We got about 40 folks rolling with us. We know it's in a big market. It's on national TV.
Stadium, Andrew. Remember,
if you
back
have
in
family or friends that are trying to watch the game, don't have anywhere else to watch it, share this
they
YouTube
played their
link with
opener
them.
on the road
This
in
is a loop
Philadelphia
video.
as they opened up Lincoln
In about another
Financial
10 minutes
Stadium.
when the
So
game
Tom
kicks
Brady and the
off,
boys get to walk
the
back
stream
out
will come
on the
in
same
here. We'll
field
have the
that they won the Super
game
Bowl.
live
in.
here.
All of
We'll
us
pan
were
away
down
from
there
commercials. So
in
stay
Tampa
tuned
Bay.
here with
There's
us.
going to be a lot of
We'll have the
festivities
game
there
as
that
long
were
as we can
limited,
make it.
obviously, during
We
Super
made it
Bowl
through the
week
last
that
two
the
preseason
NFL is
games, so
planning and
hopefully
the Bucs are planning
we'll make it
leading
through
into
this game
this
too as
game.
well.
But
So
the
hang
what
out here
jumps
with us.
out
We
at me
will have
most is
the game live.
all the starters coming back around Tom Brady, me living in Tampa Bay during all of training camp, and how every day it was, we didn't have an offseason. We're learning. The whole first half of the season was, these are growing pains this offense is going through as Brady learns a new system for the first time in 20 years. Not the case this time. So how fast is this offense going to come out in year 2 as Brady operates this offense, Jeff? And how are they able to maybe evolve it even further? And what type of test it is for Dan Quinn early on?
Tampa Bay Bucks on opening night. For Dallas, everything revolves around the health of their star quarterback, Dak Prescott, who hasn't taken the field since the ankle injury that ended his season in Week 5 last year. Prescott was on fire for the first month of last season. He had the highest PFF grade of his career and was on pace to throw for over 6,500 yards by the time he got hurt. Prescott's job will only be getting harder without his best offensive lineman, Zach Martin, out for the game on the COVID list. Martin allowed just 13 pressures in 12 games last season and is one of the very best linemen in the NFL. Connor McGovern will step into that right guard spot, but all of a sudden the Dallas offensive line looks soft in the middle, with none of the 3 opening day starters posting a PFF grade better than 71 last season. For the Bucs, it's another season of Father Time trying to catch up to the ageless Tom Brady. Last year, his first in a new team and offensive system, and at 43 years old, only Aaron Rodgers had a higher PFF passing grade than Brady. While Carson Palmer, Andrew Luck, and Jameis Winston each had 40 turnover-worthy plays in their first year in a Bruce Arians offense, Brady had just 12, and the best turnover-worthy play rate in the league. The Bucs returned all 22 starters from their championship team, as well as all assistant coaches. It's been maybe the most successful run-it-back plan of all time, and they enter the season as the favorite to go to the big dance once again.
I'll take the layup. I'll take Dak Prescott and how he's going to come back, not just from – I mean, listen, you got the long layoff, the fact that it's almost a calendar year between games, didn't even play in the preseason, backed them off in training camp. You got the lower leg issue combined with the shoulder issue that may or may not have had to do one to do with the other. And go back to the fact that he was playing phenomenal football. I mean, go back and look at the numbers, on pace for something like 6,000 yards last year. Put it all together. I can't wait. I can't wait to see how he comes. I forgot the contract. Now he's paid. Doesn't have to worry about that anymore, right? So all these storylines rolled into one. Excited to see Dak Prescott back out on the field week 1. Sounds like there's going to be no limitations by any stretch.
Yeah, the storylines are that you just don't know. That's why they're important, and that's why people want to know, because you look at the numbers, like you mentioned, Mike, and it's like he had a great start, like Mad-type numbers. Is he going to keep that up? Are they going to keep that going? So for me, that makes a lot of sense. But I also look, my story takes you to L.A., okay? Nice, sunny Los Angeles. Sean McVay has a great offense. They got a great defense. They bring Jalen Ramsey in. They're in the Super Bowl. Everything's great, right? Nope, it's not. Matt Stafford had to come in and save the day. The sun had set, so to say, on our friend Jared Goff. And so he's now in Detroit, and Matt Stafford's been brought in to be the guy. He's been asked by Sean McVay to be the guy that can win from the pocket. That's really what it's all about. He's a dynamic playmaker that can throw the ball from any platform against any blitz, any pressure that he sees, and make plays from the quarterback position, not just off play action, not just off that dynamic running game, but just number 9 himself making dynamic plays. That's what they need to get over the hump. That's my storyline. Can Matt Stafford do it? Because everything else is in place for the Rams.
I absolutely love your storyline, DC, and I absolutely agree, brother. Matthew Stafford is special. I've been telling everybody since he got traded to the Rams, this is the guy. This guy has the same arm talent. Everybody looks at me crazy. He has the same arm talent as Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. Whoever you think is the top guy of throwing the football in the National Football League, Matthew Stafford is right there with them, capable of making any and every throw. This is absolutely the guy for the Rams to get him over the big-time storyline.
Back in June, SoFi Stadium hosted an event promoting all the charities that will benefit from the Super Bowl being here in Los Angeles. One of the guest speakers there, Matthew Stafford. So the expectation is not very subtle here in Los Angeles. James, we'll go back to you. What's the biggest storyline you're watching next week?
Well, for me, and we touched on it a little bit earlier in the show, we had 5 first-rounders. My storyline is all 5 of them need to be walking out there week 1 because all of them are ready to play. It's Trey Lance and it's Justin Fields, the last 2 left. They are ready to go. You see Lawrence, you see Zach Wilson, and you obviously see Mac and Cheese just win the job over there. But my storyline is all 5 of them make their team better. All 5 of them need to be in the ball game week 1. Not sitting and waiting on nobody to mess up. Week 1, let these young fellas go and play ball, Mike G.
I know what you're saying, and I know the quarterbacks come much more ready to play than they used to years ago. But that being said, the 2 teams, one, Chicago's got to win football games. to save some jobs. Now, I know some people think they probably win more games with Justin Fields, but I do understand them saying, let's go with the veteran Andy Dalton, who can run the offense the right way and has seen some of the tricks that defenses are going to start to throw at us in the regular season. And then you go back to San Francisco. I mean, this is a Super Bowl caliber roster. They just so happen to have injury on top of injury last year, but they think they still have the talent to do it, so they go with the veteran there. Plus, it allows them to throw a changeup.
All right, appreciate everybody tuning in. I've got the game on regular TV in there. They've got the teams running out on the field now. They just got done with the pregame ceremony, so the game should be up here shortly.
The Dallas Cowboys hit the road for Week 1 off to Tampa Bay to take on the Super Bowl champ Buccaneers. The Bucs offense still being run by that number 12 guy. He's looking to start 2021 playing the way he finished 2020.
That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. We're going to do it again.
The Bucs passing offense will test Dallas's new look secondary. The Cowboys have lots of new faces that will make their debuts on D this week.
Intercepted! Picked off by Malik Hooker. He is being erased by the hard-hitting safety, Keanu Neal.
I got the game one out there.
Plenty of Cowboys rookies mixed in too as they try to improve on a pass defense that didn't very well last year.
Hey!
So throw them straight into the fire, right? The Bucs pass-catching group bordering on the ridiculous.
Brady has all kinds of time. Throws toward the end zone. It's a caught ball. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans fires a shot toward the end zone. Caught by Antonio Brown. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
At the 6, going airborne and extending for the pylon.
Is he in, Mr. Ref? Is he in? He is. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
There are two tighties. There are two tighties. I'll save it up for the Super Bowl. Call it out, baby.
To slow that group down, though, you need to hurry Brady, and that's going to be tough, being all 5 of TB12's protectors are back, and they were a group that did their job very well last year.
It'll be very time. It ain't going to matter what they do.
They aren't really facing a fierce pass rush either in this matchup. Sure, they have to keep tabs on DeMarcus Lawrence, but he hasn't mustered more than 6.5 sacks back-to-back years.
Lawrence with a sack strip.
He tends to get doubled a lot because Dallas doesn't really have any other pass rush threats. That'll likely be the case in Week 1, too, unless Randy Gregory can somehow live up to his potential.
A lot over there at left tackle did not block Randy Gregory.
This game will see the debut of Dallas' top pick, Micah Parsons. He joins a D front that did very little to stop most rushing attacks.
Hey, Venus. Do what you gotta do, yes.
Tampa's run game features 2 guys who can do plenty of damage, too. But it's anyone's guess how much action they'll actually see in this game. The Bucs have a tendency to ignore the run game at times. But hey, if we're talking running backs, let's talk Zeke. He did not have a good 2020, lowest yard per carry average of his career, and he had all sorts of problems holding onto the ball.
Nah, the ball's out. It's out.
However, the line he had in front of him most of the time was being held together with duct tape, so this is a chance to see what kind of holes Lyle Collins and a healthy Tyron Smith can create for him.
Let's go. Right there. Stand it, right? Stand it. That's a standard.
Good luck getting back.
Cowboys take on the defending champion Tampa Bay Bucs on opening night. For Dallas, everything revolves around the health of their star quarterback, Dak Prescott, who hasn't taken the field since the ankle injury that ended his season in Week 5 last year. Prescott was on fire for the first month of last season. He had the highest PFF grade of his career and was on pace to throw for over 6,500 yards by the time he got hurt. Prescott's job will only be getting harder without his best offensive lineman, Zach Martin, out for the game on the COVID list. Martin allowed just 13 pressures in 12 games last season and is one of the very best linemen in the NFL. Connor McGovern will step into that right guard spot, but all of a sudden the Dallas offensive line looks soft in the middle, with none of the 3 opening day starters posting a PFF grade better than 71 last season. For the Bucs, it's another season of Father Time trying to catch up to the ageless Tom Brady. Last year, his first in a new team and offensive system, and at 43 years old, only Aaron Rodgers had a higher PFF passing grade than Brady. While Carson Palmer, Andrew Luck...
Yeah, we got to wait for the stream to come in. I know y'all are getting antsy, but I can't force Game Pass to do anything, you know what I mean?
11th, 2001.
There we go,
in
y'all.
recognition of those who
We
lost
live,
their
baby.
lives in partnership with Tuesday's Children, we welcome the Kane family, who are honoring Jason, husband of Diane, father to Raquel, Marissa, and Suzanne, and grandfather to Jacob, who lost his life in the September 11th attacks. For the singing of our national anthem, please welcome Grammy Award-winning singer, songwriter, actress, and author, Michelle Williams, accompanied by Grammy-nominated artist Corey Henry.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave room through the night, and our flag was still there, still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet fly o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Pop and pageantry are back. We approach kickoff, but first we go to the field and Michelle Tafoy. Michelle.
Well, Al, this will be the first game for Dak Prescott since week 5 of last season when he suffered that horrendous injury with his right ankle that ended his season and required 2 surgeries. He had fully recovered in time for training camp when his right shoulder began to bother him. And he was diagnosed with a strain to his right lat muscle, the large muscle on either side of the back. Now, the top of that muscle attaches to the front of the upper arm near the bicep tendon, basically in the armpit. And that is where the strain occurred. It's an injury rarely seen in football, but often seen among major league pitchers. So, on the advice of the Texas Rangers medical staff, Dak stopped throwing for 2 weeks. He gradually worked his way back, and Mike McCarthy told me his quarterback now has no limitations whatsoever. And Dak confirmed to me that he will have that shoulder, have an MRI every 2 weeks, so just keep an eye on that injury. But tonight, Al, he's
Bill Belichick and Pete Carroll.
Having some technical difficulties, y'all. We may lose the stream. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like they probably got us, man. It looks like they got us, baby. No restreaming, man. Told y'all it was going to happen, man. Appreciate it.